It's finally here. We have the exact date. Shohei Ohtani will make his Dodgers pitching debut tomorrow against the Padres. The Dodgers take 2 of 3 from the Giants. The Giants make a shocking blockbuster trade. All that more coming up next on the emergency edition of Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball. The Dodgers are building a dynasty.
You guys ready to parade? We got a parade. The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series. Ohtani starts the 50-50 clock. Monkey magic. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers show and podcast on YouTube. My name is Doug McKain, credential member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you're new to the channel, do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button for your Los Angeles Dodgers. 2 of 3 from the Giants. Lots of big news in this one. And also join the Discord and subscribe to The Big Lead. But we have got an emergency episode of Dodgers Dugout Live because breaking news a little while ago, Shohei Ohtani is going to be making his Dodgers pitching debut. There were signs. There were indications. Shohei had been ramping up. The intensity had been going up. If you watched Friday's episode, what was the leadoff? The leadoff was, I said Shohei Ohtani needed to pitch before the All-Star break. I spent 15 minutes on the topic, and now you know why. Because internally they felt like this was possible. Internally they felt like as long as he bounced back and that he still felt like he could take on big league hitters, that from a velocity standpoint, 95, 97. With the big league adrenaline, that's going to go up. Throwing sweepers and sliders and splitties and using his pitch mix and getting 15 swings and misses and going out of the windup, pitching from the sidestep, using the pitch calm, pitching with runners on base. They checked off every single box that they need to check off. And then you add the fact that Shohei Ohtani is the ultimate cheat code. He is ABACABB start. He is the cheat code, and that is because of his designated player exception. Well, he does not account against the Dodgers pitching. So you can still have 13 pitchers, starters, relievers, longmen, shortmen, high leverage, low leverage, as many pitchers as you want, and Shohei does not count against that. It's having a 14 pitcher, and any inning they get out of him is going to feel like found money. It's going to feel like extra bonus innings with Shohei Ohtani. Any innings that he can take down is going to be able to be additive and help this team. And that is because he does not need to come back as a starter and give you 6 innings. He doesn't need to do that because you don't need to take any starters off the roster. And when you have a starting rotation that is being held together by Scotch tape, well, it makes sense to have a guy that can start this process. And if you watch today's game, which I know you did, we'll talk about a little more later, they showed Shohei in the dugout while the Dodgers pitchers and defense was on the field, and Shohei had that ball in his hand. He was bouncing it off the ground. He was essentially pacing out there. And that's when it really became realer than real for me, and I got even more of a sense that it was coming. And like I said, I dedicated the entire Friday show, said, got to bring him back. There's a reason why. Because he's ready to pitch. And what I said on Friday's show was if you had him come back already, he wouldn't be rushed. If Shohei came back 2 weeks ago, he wouldn't be rushed. Because the last time Shohei pitched was in August of 2023. That's when he had his second surgery. He never completely confirmed that he had Tommy John surgery, was it internal brace surgery, and that can be from 6 to 9 months and whatever it may be from a recovery time standpoint. But even if it was a full Tommy John surgery, doesn't matter what it is, he's well past the time you need to be able to come back. And yes, he is still a hitter. Yes, he did have labrum surgery in the offseason, so he's dealing with that. But the time is now, and get ready, Dodgers Nation, because it is going to be absolutely electric tomorrow at Chavez Ravine. Shohei Ohtani is going to be on the bump for LA. And if you ever got to experience a Shohei start, it does feel like an event. It's box office. The energy in the stadium is like no other. And just think about this. In the last couple of years, we've almost gotten used to the DH and not seeing pitchers hit. Yes, it was fun to see Clayton Kershaw get a bomb against the Giants. Yes, it was fun to see Hyunjin Ryu, Babe Ruth, get a home run against the Rockies. That was fun, but we've gotten used to not seeing pitchers hit. And there's going to be a time where Shohei Ohtani is going to go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the inning tomorrow. Might punch out Machado, might punch out Fernando Tatis Jr. Then there'll be a commercial break. Then they'll come back, and he'll hit a home run. Those types of moments are going to happen. And we've been talking about it. We've been waiting for it. We've been speculating at a possible time. And the second that Dave said that it's north of a 0% chance, you started to feel a little better about it. And then when he got out of that more intense bullpen session, throwing up to 44 pitches, you felt better about it. And now it's finally here, and it comes at a great time because the Dodgers, after all this talk about, it's this tough stretch where it's 29 games against teams above 500. It's this tough stretch against the Padres and the Giants. What did they do against the Padres? They took 2 out of 3 in a game where Matt Sauer got beat up pretty bad in that one. They used Kike Hernandez in the 6th. They still took 2 out of 3. And this series against the Giants, they took 2 out of 3. And now you got 4 with the Padres. So the most electric matchup in Major League Baseball in the Big 2025, it's easily Padres-Dodgers. And that is when he's coming back. So, yeah, you might have wanted a softer landing potentially against a lesser team. But this is Shohei Ohtani we're talking about. If anyone can handle this moment, if anyone can live up to expectations, live up to hype, and Dodgers fans, hey, if you have tickets to tomorrow's game, don't do the whole thing, I'm going to work a half day. Don't do the I'm going to work a half day. If you need me to write your boss a letter and sign it saying, hey, so-and-so needs to leave work early because they have to be in their seats by first pitch, I will do that. Because tomorrow, we're not talking 6 innings or 7 innings or 5 innings. It's going to be 1 inning, most likely, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe it's 2, who knows. But Dodgers fans, if you're going to the game, be in your seats tomorrow before first pitch. It was already going to be pretty wild tomorrow because it's a Blake Snell's first bobblehead night for the Dodgers. So you got Blake Snell bobblehead night and Shohei Ohtani making his first start as a Dodger, as the opener. And just get ready for it. It's incredible. And this is what really stood out to me. I had to go to MLB.com. I had to go to MLB.com to make it feel real. I went to roster resources and I saw, but I went to MLB.com to see the pitching probables. And let's take a look at it. There it is. She's beautiful. Hang this up in the Louvre. That's how beautiful this looks. It's Shohei Ohtani going up against Dylan Cease. And what do you notice about this? Look at Dylan Cease. He's throwing a baseball. What do you notice about Shohei Ohtani? My man's hitting a 500-foot home run there, or taking a big swing. That's a designated hitter that's going to be pitching tomorrow. And we're not talking about a position player pitching. I love what Kike Hernandez does with the pitcher helmet. The Banana Man's great. 87-mile-per-hour heater, bottom of the zone. Shout out to him getting his first strikeout in his career. But that puts it into perspective what we're dealing with here. This is once in a sport. Babe Ruth was like, nah, I'm good. Can't do this for long. I gotta hit. Shohei wants this, and he's excited about it, and he's itching to get back, and we are going to see it tomorrow. Now, the next thing we got to talk about is what will the pitching plan look like after Shohei Ohtani pitches tomorrow, what that looks like, and we're talking about that in a little bit. But first, here's Dave Roberts talking about Shohei Ohtani coming back. And this is before they officially announced it. It was kind of tiptoeing around it. They announced it after this, but he still gives you a lot of details about the decision. And I'm going to get to your comments a little bit later, so stay tuned down below.
Yeah, Shohei's getting antsy, so which is a good thing for us. And so I don't know which day he's going to open for us, but there's a high probability he's going to open for us in the coming days. So that's a good thing. I don't know if it's going to be 1 or 2 innings, but my guess is probably an inning to start. But it's a good thing. I think that we've kind of the live situation simulated or whatever, it's sort of run its course. So he's ready to, make his debut on the mound.
So when you say in the coming days, would this be in the Padres series?
Most likely. How about that teaser?
Wow.
Shohei is not just any opener. How exciting is this to finally, after a season and a half, get him on the mound?
It's very exciting. I think that for me, I'm still a baseball fan first. I really am, and the anticipation here for the game is, man, it's going to be bananas when it happens. And there's been a lot of anticipation. I think we've done it the right way as far as kind of our process. Communicating with Shohei and feeling good, and so when it does happen, I think that it's great for the game. It's good for our team. Our guys are excited about this potential, and obviously, most important, I'm excited for Shohei.
Dave, did he just kind of reinforce, I'm ready, I want to get out there? Is that kind of how this?
That's kind of how it went. Yeah, and just kind of talking to Mark and Andrew and the doctors and medical, and just kind of saying, okay, you know what, we've done the 3-inning live. It's a little taxing or more taxing on my body, and so you're at a point of, I don't know if it's diminishing returns is the expression, but he's ready to pitch in a major league game. So that he kind of he let us know that.
Do you guys plan to be just kind of adding an inning every week type thing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and to where the ceiling of that is, I don't know, but I think the floor is one, obviously, and we'll go from there.
Yes, so then you could get, like, say, theoretically, 4 starts maybe, or openings before the All-Star.
I haven't done the math. It sort of depends on when he makes that first outing, though.
You guys kind of played the long game this for months. So are you surprised at how quickly this last stage has sort of come together and how quickly it's gone from like facing hitters to in a big league game?
I think it's more driven by the fact that it doesn't necessarily need to be a typical starting pitcher ramp up. And so, and then to potentially keep running this process out to have him taxed for a game where he feels that he's equipped to go an inning or two and then continue to build up from there right now. So in that sense, not surprising. But yeah, a week ago we were talking about another live and potentially getting to 4 innings and things like that. But the conversations and the confidence that he has, it's time to go.
Clayton
Would he
said,
hit on those days?
What's that? Yeah.
Would he hit?
Yes.
Clayton said last night, you can do as many rehab starts as you want. In this case, my BPs to minor league hitters, but there's nothing like when you're pitching in a major league game. What do you expect to see from him? Maybe it's just an inning.
You know what? When he gets out there, I think obviously there's going to be a lot of. It wouldn't be emotion from him, but I think that there's going to be a lot of energy, excitement, obviously. I think you'll see a focused pitcher. I think that it'll be, I think it's 4 to 6, something like that. And he'll use all of his pitches. So I'm excited too. I'm excited.
So there you go, Dave Roberts on Shohei Ohtani. I'm not sure why your guys' comments aren't showing up on the screen, so I will find them down below on YouTube. AL D-Mac is the Glizzy Slayer. Yeah, that's me, man. Glizzy Slayer, Chug McKain, D-Mac, whatever you want, guys. We got Immaculate Inning coming up, and then Drop the Mic from Parker Lee. Sports cards or board cards. The Dodgers curse Cease the last time against Cease, and they better uncure him. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Bilal K, the Shohei return just feels like the Dodgers, who have let us down this season, have rushed the Dodgers to this moment. The Dodgers, this is from WB, the Dodgers need to cut all ties with Driveline and Rob Hill. They're responsible for the decimating of the pitching staff. Yeah, I actually asked Dave Roberts about the ramp up of Yamamoto and Roki Sasaki and a lot of stuff. It's going to be a jam-packed episode. We're going to do Dodgers Dugout Live tomorrow in the morning at 11 to 12, something like that. So be tuned for that tomorrow. So we're going to focus on the Ohtani news today, but be on the lookout for that. We'll talk more about Roki Sasaki. What up, Spencer? What up, Gary? Appreciate you joining us. Alex Renteria, D-Mac, always pressing the wrong button. Hey, man, you know what it is. So many live streams. What's up, BC? Representing down below in the comment section. Love you guys down below. Madib, CC. Yeah, and also, so what will the Dodgers do? Well, Matt Sauer is rested beyond 5 days after going 111 pitches. The way he went, it does feel like that is the most likely option to get the bulk. And Ben Kasparius will start Tuesday. So they probably stick to that plan. So you're going to need the Dodgers offense to step up in a big way as well. And I think tomorrow really is just about getting that initial, okay, here's Shohei. He's in a Dodgers uniform. He's throwing pitches. Let's get through that excitement and the emotion and see how he feels coming out of that. And like, you just have to do this. And it's never going to feel like a right time. Whenever he does come back, there's going to be a lot of hype surrounding it. I think tomorrow is just good just because I think he's sick and tired of wondering, how's this going to work out? What are the logistics of it? I mean, Dave has already said he's going to hit, right? So that's just normal. And he did say yesterday that this is normal for him. This is what is normal for him, just pitching and hitting. This is what he's used to, and he looks like he's bored. I mean, when he's not hitting. If you guys get a chance, go back and listen to my interview with Jeff Fletcher, who wrote the book on Shohei Ohtani, and we talked a lot about how this is someone that needs to be active and pitch the way he does and to do both things to feel good about his contribution. So that's going to be important for him to do, and he wants to be able to feed off that. Now, another thing I think is awesome about this too is how about the San Francisco Giants trying to steal headlines? Rafael Devers trade? Okay, cool. Shohei Ohtani's pitching again. So it's a way to kind of do that, and throw him back against the Padres I think is amazing as well. Now, as far as the expectations, I mean, look, the truth is, after a second major arm surgery, your chances of being as good as you were aren't as high. But this is Shohei Ohtani we're talking about. We've seen guys like Nathan Eovaldi set the blueprint for guys that come back after a second TJ and have success. And from everything I've heard, he just looks very similar to the way he looked before, as far as how the advanced stuff tracks, as far as the spin and the movement profiles. The velocity is still ramping up, but I think you can't really give a clear assessment about velocity until you see him in a game and see how that plays. Are there going to be starts where he's not at his best? Sure. I mean, we saw in 2020. I mean, it was a shortened season. Him coming back, he didn't look good. And then the following year, he did. And that's what you really need to know about Shohei. I mean, from 2021 to 2023, he was a sub-3 ERA guy. He wasn't just an average pitcher. He was well above average. He was one of the top pitchers in the league when it came to generating strikeouts. I mean, go back tonight. If I were you, the homework I would do, I would go watch his 13 strikeout game against the Royals. Go watch his shutout against Detroit, where he also had the 2 home runs. Go watch the 12 strikeout game against the Dodgers in Anaheim. I mean, if you need to get caught up about how he looks as a pitcher, this is a guy that can change the game by doing just that. And I think that it's going to be one of those games where you remember where you were kind of type of thing. I mean, look, at the end of the day, who knows how it's going to go, and it could be forgettable just because it's a regular season game. But look, I mean, you are going to approach tomorrow's game almost like it's a postseason game. I mean, really, like you're saying, I have to see this live. And there's not a lot of Major League Baseball regular season games that you can say that about. Tomorrow, 100% is one of those games. Now, we'll talk a lot more Shohei tomorrow, too, so stay tuned for Dodgers Dugout Live. Also, the Roki Sasaki news, Yamamoto stuff I heard as well. So we'll talk about that. Quick notes about today's games. Emergency show here is the Dodgers get the win. I mean, that was great to see. The Dodgers taking 2 out of 3 from the San Francisco Giants, and got to give Andy Pages credit this series. He drove in a run every single game, all 3. He had a 3-run home run in this one off Ryan Walker, and that turned a trailing situation for the Dodgers into a 2-run lead. And now Andy Paz has his 13 home runs on the season. That matches his total from 2024. He had 13 home runs in 275 plate appearances. In 443 plate appearances. This year, 13 and 275 with a 123 weighted runs created plus. He looks great. He has all-star potential. It was an interesting beginning to this game just because the Giants starting pitcher, Kyle Harrison, he was supposed to start, but he wasn't because he was included in that deal for Rafael Devers, and that was 10 minutes before the first pitch. So they were scrambling, and they end up essentially with a pseudo bullpen game. It was nice to see Tommy Edman get a solo home run, and Dustin May wasn't at his best, but look, Dustin May's finding a way to be productive. The walks were there. He hit 2 batters. That's concerning for sure. He had 2 batters. He had 4 walks, but he didn't give up a run until 2 outs in the 4th inning when the Giants had a rally going. There was a single. He had a hit by a pitch. Then a single brought a run home, but Jung-Hoo Lee, he tripled. That gave the Giants their first lead of the game, and they had a walk, and he gave up a double with 2 outs in the 5th. They almost scored another run, but Dominic Smith, he was held up at third. It was a bad hold, and the relay throw kind of got away, so they could have scored another run, but Dustin May, he was able to get out of that and complete 5 innings and then go another one. So he started 13 times this year. All 13 starts, he's been able to go at least 5 innings, and he went out there and he went and pitched a 6th inning in this one. So got to feel good for Dustin May. He's not been at his best, but he's contributing and he's not getting chased. And that, I think, is the most important thing for Dustin May. He's gone 6 innings 6 times. That's impressive. That really, 13 starts going 6 innings. When you look at the state of this rotation, I got to tip my cap to Dustin May. He doesn't look like he's a Cy Young winner or anything like that, but he's given the Dodgers what they need for a back-end guy. So I think the start today, Andy Paz, Dustin May did his thing, and the Dodgers were able to get a win and beat this Giants team. Now, as far as the Rafael Devers trade, I've got a lot of thoughts on. We'll talk about that more tomorrow, too. That's a good trade. That's a good trade for the Boston Red Sox for the San Francisco Giants to essentially get him for not very much. When you look at it, essentially it's their ability to absorb the $250+ million left on that contract. And yes, he's not the perfect player, but Rafael Devers is still a really, really, really talented hitter. He's a hitter that can do damage. This season, Devers, a 145 weighted runs created plus. So he's had a really good year. He really has. He's been very productive, 14 home runs, 57 RBIs. This is really the best start that he's had of a season. He's been that good. And look, I think we'll see how he hits in San Francisco. It's not a hitter's park up there. He's going to have to adjust to that. But, look, let's call it what it is. If you guys want I try to keep it 100 with you guys. My number one goal is to be honest and truthful, and this is a good trade for the Giants. And the reason for that is they can't get stars to San Francisco. And they failed all the way back trying to get Giancarlo Stanton and Bryce Harper. Carlos Correa was damaged goods. Aaron Judge was arson Judge. He wasn't going there. Then you're able to get Matt Chapman and Willie Adames. Now you have a Rafael Devers. And with Devers, you look at the contract, you say, wow, it's a lot of money. Sure, it is, but just when you look at what Shohei Ohtani did to the market, and it changed everything because, yes, he signed for $700 million. In truth, in real-time money, because of the deferrals, it's more like $463 million. But Scott Boras took that number, ran with it, and somehow convinced the Mets and other teams to offer Soto north of $700 million. And Juan Soto ultimately signed for $765 million with the Mets. And then you look how that impacted Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. That extension was 14 years, $500 million. So when you look at the market and how it's exploded, it's not the worst deal for the Giants getting an impact bat. And look, they're going for it. And it's kind of fun to see the Giants, hopefully for their sake, try to compete with the Dodgers. We know what happened in 2021. The Dodgers still beat them when it mattered most, but they still were able to win the division by 1 game that year when there was Black Magic and you had Late Night Lamont, and I don't know what they did. They probably threw a bunch of goats into McCovey Cove or some weird witchcraft thing that year, but it was a weird year. And hey, who knows? Maybe this rivalry gets back to being the best matchup in baseball. Right now, that is Padres-Dodgers. So the Dodgers get the win. They take 2 of 3. And what a positive weekend for the Dodgers, right? I mean, Clayton Kershaw had a really good start. He had 7 shutout innings. Is now 12 strikeouts away from 3,000. A lot of guys having really good turnarounds and continuing. I mean, Freddie's slumping a little bit, but Shohei ends the home run drought, right? Gets a 2 home run game yesterday. Tommy Edman gets a home run today. Andy Paz continues to hit. Muncy continues to hit. Conforto starting to hit a little more. Hassan Kim contributing yesterday. It was a big win for the Dodgers, and they find themselves in this tough stretch while they're missing most of their starting rotation. If you look at the standings now, you're up 2 games on the Giants at 43 and 29. If you look at the league, they're 2.5 games back of the Tigers for best record in baseball. And if you look at in the National League, the Dodgers they're right there. I mean, the Dodgers are right there at 2 games back behind the Mets and a game back of the Cubs. So everything's in play. The Dodgers are getting focused, man. The Dodgers are putting everything they need together to kind of solidify things. And yes, it wasn't good news for Rogi Sasaki. And yes, Yamamoto didn't have a good start, and we'll talk about that more tomorrow. But things are trending in the right direction. So let me know down below in the comments section. I'm going to take your comments for the rest of the show, and we are going to do that. And that is coming up right now. So let's read your comments down below. So let's see here. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. We got Parker Posey, my favorite shutout pitcher, shutout home for Showtime. Robert Loya with Posey being in the front office. Maybe they have the Posey role in the front office. Hey, D-Mac, if Devers replaces Chapman, what are the chances the Dodgers would consider Chapman next season from El Machingon? I mean, I don't think they're that high, to be honest with you. It's not impossible. He does hit the ball hard. He's a good defender for sure. I mean, you still have that club on Max Muncy for $10 million. That polo was sick. Thanks, Muad'Dib. Fearless Andy, we played Rojas and Kike today. We are not serious. Aaron Robinson. Bilal K, I guess there's one thing that Bumgarner taught the little Giants organization. Muddy the waters by complaining a lot to the umpire to increase your chances of winning. I know Chapman is head and shoulders above Devers at third, but moving Devers off third base in Boston was the beginning of the end in Boston. Yeah, absolutely. And it just goes to show. I mean, it's a great point you bring up right there. I want to give you credit for that comment, Bob Bowman. And that just goes to show that when you don't cater to your stars, things like this happen. And what do we see? I mean, this is a great point. I mean, think about this. In Los Angeles, how is it? It's, Mookie, you want to play shortstop? Let's figure it out. Let's give you a shot to do it, and we're going to put the confidence in you, and now Mookie is an above-average shortstop. I mean, is that the right move long-term? That remains to be seen, but at least right now, things are looking like they made the right choice as far as, hey, we kept our superstar happy. Teoscar Hernandez, you want to play right? Instead of left, we'll put you in right. Teoscar Hernandez had a really good start to the season, hurt his groin, had a slump, and now he hit 3 home runs in 3 straight games this past week before ending that today. So the Dodgers are a really good organization when it comes to we are going to keep the stars happy because we can get stars. And Boston, they're a clown franchise at this point. I mean, when you think about you traded Mookie, you traded Devers, what are they doing in Boston? And look, they don't need Walker Buehler right now, okay? For everyone rushing to see that, it doesn't feel like they need Walker Buehler. But there's something to be said about keeping your stars happy. And I think in this situation, it certainly has helped the Dodgers. And I think you're totally right. Even though Devers had a really good year so far, I mean, he just wasn't happy there. And it was the beginning of the end. I mean, this is not like, he was there for a while. I mean, he just signed that extension not too long ago. And that is, when you sign an extension like that, you're expecting, okay, we will eat the back end years. We'll eat the back end years just so we can get the production in the front half. They didn't get that. You didn't contend with Devers. you didn't contend with Devers, and he really won nothing for you, right? With the extension, after the extension, right? So yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see what's going on in Boston, but I mean, hey, thanks for trading the Dodgers Mookie Betts, because he has changed the culture here and led to 2 World Series titles, so you love that. All right, guys, this was an emergency episode. We're going to save a lot of stuff for tomorrow, Dodgers Dugout Live, so if you haven't yet, do us a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit the like button for your Los Angeles Dodgers. It's happening! Shohei Ohtani is back. I feel like the kid opening up the Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64! Shohei Ohtani bump days are coming to the Ravine. And yes, tomorrow, 1 inning, but it is going to be exciting. And it's going to be electric at Dodger Stadium. So buckle up, get ready. Shohei Ohtani is back. And we'll be back tomorrow for Dodgers Dugout Live. And I'll be at the stadium tomorrow. We'll do a post-game show from Dodger Stadium. But that's going to over this episode. Emergency episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. Happy Father's Day to all their fathers out there. Brusdar Graterol being Manny Machado's father, and Max Muncy being the Giants' father, Madison Bumgarner's father, Joe Kelly being Carlos Correa and Alex Bregman's father. All the fathers out there. I mean, Justin Turner being Joe Musgrove's father. But, yeah, a lot of great father and son relationships in Major League Baseball. But that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. Follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. See you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger Baseball. Hit that like button on your way out if you want to support the channel. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodger baseball.